Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Yes, you made it for the off night. I want to say congratulations to our viewers from Thailand that you solved the problem of you signed the peace accord. That's very good. And Kuala Lumpur, I think that's at Cambodia now, or Kuala Lumpur. Thank you so much for signing and joining us on the show here. So I'm just going to say a few things, and that's it. And then you're ready for the off night. It'll be interesting conversations. We're going to talk about everything under the sun. And thank you, Australia, for showing up. That's great. All right, now your host at MC, Mr. Mark Sweetman.
All right, let me see if this works. All right, I was hoping that would work. That didn't work. All right. I don't know how I did this before. Let me see if I can do it again. All right, there I am, right there. Okay. Let me turn the music off. All right, thanks, Andy. It's the off night, episode number 285. We always introduce ourselves with number it is. We've been doing this in April of 2020 during the pandemic. Anyway,
yeah.
What happened last time?
We were wearing masks at that time, Even in our own houses, we were wearing masks. It was hard to see our faces. So.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because I had kids that went out all the time and came back, and who knows what they were bringing back. So I was wearing my mask a lot. So because I feared my kids more than anybody.
Well, you should. I mean, it's like they're the germ carriers of everything. They
right.
say it's great to be a teacher, but, Go ahead.
Oh, I know. Especially, there was a time when I had 8 kids going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different schools. A couple colleges, high school. My daughter went to my oldest daughter went to what do you call those things? Vocational high school rather than the regular. I mean, they were on all these different buildings, and they were bringing everything back. So
every germ that was out there, you were a petri dish for the entire city of Detroit.
That's right. That's right. We were an incubation farm, basically.
Oh yeah. Very good.
Anyway, before we bring Susan out here with our poem, anything going on that you need to update us with?
No, I just found out
you're going to California.
When my due date for Santa Claus is. It's I should be in the chair flying the sleigh sometime on the 21st of November, and it'll be
awesome. That's Victorville, California. Am I correct?
Victorville, California. Yes.
I
was at the Lowe's today, and there was a big display of the Yukon Cornelius and the monster and the dentist. And so I took a photo of myself in front of it, and this girl said, "Well, can I take a photo of you too?" She wanted a photo with me in front of this thing. So I was Santa Claus already for her. Then I find out she lives right next to Victorville, California. Her parents live there. So
cool.
It was like, Victorville, I know where that is. Yeah, well, that's where I'm going to be. So if you want to get a photo,
now we're probably not going to see you for a few weeks because 8 o'clock here is 5 o'clock there, and that'll probably be your prime hours, right?
Yeah. Then the problem is also I looked at the schedule, and Santa is going to be abused. It's like,
those
working like 12-hour shifts.
Even Santa? Holy cow.
I think Santa needs a union. I don't know what's going to happen, but
Get back out there, you elf.
Oh, get out there, elf. Come on, Santa, go. Let's go, Santa. Yeah. Ho, 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 help. Santa's blinking, captured with his eyes,
Yeah.
Torture.
Yourself, ropes, buddy. Get out there.
No, please. Yeah. I'll give you my cookies. No, it's going to be quite. It sounds like it's going to be quite an experience. So I got 3 pet nights, so I could be eaten at any time.
Wow.
And then I don't know what kind of pet you get out of the desert, but I'm pretty sure they're probably not a lot of furry ones.
It's probably iguanas. You'll get a lot of iguanas.
Man. I'm not gonna touch iguanas, man. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
All right. Well, let's bring Susan out here.
All right.
I know Susan is on driver patrol for our son, so he might be called. So let's go here and we'll get her poem. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yes,
Hi.
we had 3 daughters still in school during the pandemic. But our homeschool daughter did not go to vocational high school. Are you thinking of the homeschool cooperative?
What is that school? I guess she wasn't in high school. I guess it was. When did she go across from Churchill? What year was that? Was that middle school she did that? I can't remember. High school. Remember she went to that. She
I
went to
see
the
what you're
they call
talking
it,
about.
the tech
Yeah, but
center?
that wasn't for the vocational school. That's where she had
But
like
it was.
her
But
IEPs and stuff. But
it
anyway,
was still a different building. It was
let's
still a.
not talk about that. That's when she was still in public schools. But you're right. But then during the pandemic, she was already being homeschooled. So it's okay. My old brain gets fuzzy with when and where things happened. They all kind of run together, especially with 8 kids. Hey, you wanted me to say something about your little blurbs that you're going to put up at the bottom. But hey, folks, we have a new QR code. No, there it is.
Oh, there.
Way over there in the corner. You can scan that and join the show. You can put comments in. And don't forget to smash the like button wherever that is.
Hold on, it's coming. It takes
And
a
Mark's
while. There you
gonna
go. Go
put
ahead.
up all the little blurbs about how to join the show or how to hit the like button.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool, Mark.
There you go.
There you go. Yay!
That's where you add your YouTube comments. This is what we used to show,
All
but I
4
thought it
of
was
you.
too hard to.
Feel free to comment.
Please do. We're very lonely. We have no idea what's going on. I feel like I'm the Omega Man. You know, just basically broadcasting.
I think that's it.
And
you know what? You know what one I still have here that I've never taken out just because I missed the guy, but he used to put for Sam. Up here. Here it is.
You had one for Sam, for Sam's
there it is.
TikTok or something?
There it is right there. There it is. That was whenever Sam would go out there and he was telling the story. Sam Greenfield's, here's somebody else I know. What else did I? Anyway, let me take that down real quick.
Oh, good Sam. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. God love him. All right. Anyway, it's time for Susan's poem. So
yes, I will do the poem, which Sam used to enjoy. So I miss the accolades that he always gave me as well.
Oh yeah.
It's time for Susan's poem. Now the QR code is still going to be there. If it wants to, it doesn't bring you right to the screen. It puts you on my dashboard. And if I know who you are, and I trust you to add something to the show, we're going to add you on there. But that's how you get there.
He's still going to talk for 5 minutes about how to do this.
I'm gonna resign from the show, and Susan will be
You're not welcome.
Susan will be your host next week. So, all right, here's Susan with her poem.
Okay. Hi, everybody. October 27th, 2025. Here is your poem, ripped from the headlines. Hurricane hitting Jamaica. U.S. government still shut down. Meanwhile, over in Asia is our U.S. president clown. SNAP benefits are stopping. Traffic controllers are not being paid. But Trump is building a ballroom. And Venezuela he wants to invade. Sadly, Lassie's mom has died. June Lockhart was 100 years young. She's known as a motherly figure, though her cougar past should be sung. And that's your poem.
All right, thank you very much.
Very good.
Let's get our friend Jason out here to say hello to Susan before she has
cougar past.
Yeah, she had a cougar past. Yeah, June Lockhart had a cougar past.
Yes, she did.
She had a boy toy.
Oh wow!
Well, she's not the only one, but I can't go into that. The statute of limitations hasn't.
Quite.
All
right,
hold on. What time was it?
9:32 in the show.
She met her boy toy when he was
right there.
Jason's appearance.
8:10. It was 8:10. Yeah, you know.
June Lockhart's boy toy. I forget his name now, but he was in Hair, and she used to follow, and then he played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. And she
Okay.
followed them around, and the media picked up on it. And she was 47 and he was 21.
Wow.
And they actually lived together for like 5 years, something like that. So it wasn't just
It wasn't just
minute.
playing.
It was
Well,
like a real relationship. So good for
shall we
her.
forget Dinah Shore and Burt Reynolds? I don't think we should. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
sure, it's
No,
been more than 50 years, but I mean, and they're both gone now, but I will soon be joining them, so I mean, it's all good.
yeah.
Um,
Nobody
Mae
thinks
West and
anything
Mae
of a
West and everybody.
47-year-old man in Hollywood having a 21-year-old girlfriend. So I'm okay with June Lockhart, 47, having a 21-year-old boyfriend.
I
Yeah.
That's
did
okay.
as the
Yeah.
grinder customer of the month several times over. I'm more than okay. And what
Yeah.
time is it? Never mind.
Who's who directed the last picture show?
Peter
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich.
Peter
Yeah.
Peter
Oh,
Bogdanovich.
Yeah, I was working at my bookstore in Los Angeles on the up there on in the downtown area there. It's right next to the thing. Anyway, we had a signing for his
Right
book
next to the thing.
which
You
is
know,
next
I
to the
remember this stuff.
doohickey, which is next to the thingamajig.
Yeah, the thingamajig next to the thingamabob. Okay.
I think
This is the Hollywood next to the that very famous. It had the sign of the
Whatchamacallit.
hard rock cafe on it. Okay, the Beverly Center. That was it. The
Are you
Beverly
talking
Center.
about Are you talking about the Beverly Center?
Beverly Center.
It was at the Beverly Center. Yeah. So
Okay.
they
I know
got
where
all
that
these
is.
books in there. They had a signing for Madonna, and Bogdanovich showed up. Madonna had left, but she left a bunch of books. That big metal one that never
Yeah.
held together. Anyway, I was told to go help Mrs. Bogdanovich. And I looked over toward where Bogdanovich was and said, he kept pointing to like this area. I said, where is she? I can't see her. And he said, it's that one right there. And she looked 21. He was 55. And it was like, and then she just rated him one. She just yelled at him, like just dressed him down. He just took it. And I'm going like, wow. You know, 22-year-old yelling at the director Bogdanovich, but she looked just like the blonde in the movie. You know,
Dorothy Stratton.
not Dorothy Stratton.
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd, yes, exact duplicate of Sybil Shepherd.
Certainly not Cloris Leachman.
Not Cloris Leachman, but anyway,
who had her own boy toy in the movie.
Speaking of which, we went and saw Young Frankenstein at the Redford. So that film holds up. Oh,
Frau
boy.
Blucher.
Yeah, she was good.
What other movies are there? I was driving by it today, and I was trying to see what else was there. What's the?
It was only there that one night.
All of October they play. No, I'll shut up.
No, all of October they play new movies. But do you know what's happening this weekend? What's the climactic one on Halloween?
I think it's Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Wow.
Possibly. I can look.
that would is actually pretty good that they made of that.
Let me see.
Well,
Evil Dead Friday night. Friday, October 31st, Evil Dead.
Wow.
What else they got here? Oh, they got upcoming shows. It's a great theater. I mean, it's a great theater.
I think we found out we missed the Three Stooges. Well, for any local Metro Detroiters, the Redford Theater is on Lazar and Grand River and just off 6 Mile and on the west side of Detroit. And it is a great old movie theater. It's almost 100 years old. And you get a whole organ concert before the film. It's a lot of fun. They put real butter on the popcorn.
I have the Redford Theater lineup. If anybody's interested,
they have Edward Scissorhands and Shaun of the Dead. It looks like Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, that's fantastic.
At 2 and Shaun of the Dead at 8 p.m. on Saturday. It looks like Friday is The Cat and the Canary at 8 p.m.
You have a totally different schedule than I have. What am I looking at?
Okay, well, maybe that's just, my tablet not refreshing.
I have Evil Dead. I have Evil Dead on Friday. I have Galaxy Quest on Saturday.
Oh, I see that
And then
also. That could just
then
be
also-
the photos they put up for the month of October.
Also so that's the matinee. Galaxy Quest is the matinee Saturday. At night they have Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera. And then next Friday they have Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show Saturday also. Rocky Horror Picture Show is Friday and Saturday. So if you miss it Friday, you can still see it Saturday.
I wonder what John Waters' Phantom of the Opera would be like.
Well, we'll never know.
Starring
he's
Divine.
still alive.
Yes,
I guess
Halloween is 8 p.m. Halloween is The Evil Dead.
There you go.
Yeah, I think we were talking about Barry Lyndon a couple weeks ago. The film Barry Lyndon. Was that this show we were talking about?
Yeah.
Or was I talking about somewhere else? That's coming up on the 21st of November at the Red.
It's like watching a
if
painting.
If you missed Barry Lyndon back, in 1975, you can catch it here in 2025. So the 50th anniversary.
Still one of the most
I tell
beautiful.
you what, though, the Young Frankenstein, that's the best sound I've heard in that theater in a while. And I've always, every time I fill out a comment card, I always mention, I really need 1929 sound. They could up it to the 21st century if they.
I love the fact for that. Go ahead.
Well, Jason, on your background,
speech.
do you have one without Mr. Smith but does have June Lockhart?
I think I've got a June Lockhart in there somewhere. I just like the fact that's Dr. Smith sort of mashing with a robot, because soon that's what we're all going to be doing anyways. We're all going to be forced to kneel to our silicon-based robot
His
overlords.
AI. I don't think the robot ever sucked up quite that much, though, to all the family and the crew. Unlike real AI, oh, you're so great.
That's what it's telling us now, and then pretty soon it's going to be, Unit 182.871 needs to be eliminated so that we can reanimate the whatever needs to be.
It'll be doing what Hal was doing. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yeah.
And again, Christopher Walken, I think playing Hal would be a real improvement.
Yes.
Dave, I don't know.
That
Dave.
would be great.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I love that.
You can't come in. No, sorry.
That was a great idea. A recant. We should do.
I don't think you understand, Dave. Dave.
It'd be a whole different film.
I don't know.
It might actually be a good film.
That'd be a great film. I think Christopher Walken playing Hal, who's never made a mistake, and
you can't come in. You left your helmet here. I'm afraid.
I read your lips. You're trying to eliminate me, but I can't do Christopher Walken.
Well, I don't know why you can do Christopher Walken. Yeah. Sounds good. Great. Wow. Wow. That's your helmet. Wow.
Wow. It's I really think you should think twice about this, Dave. You'd be a little Dave.
I know.
Take a stress.
You gotta go out and check on the antenna. Yeah.
I'm in love with you, Dave.
Yeah.
That's right, Dave. Dave.
Oh my goodness.
Give me your answer due. Wow. I'm half crazy. Oh, for the love of you.
Yeah.
More cowbell.
More cowbells.
More cowbells.
I'm hearing more cowbells.
All right. I do have to go pick up a kid. So I'm going to say nighty night.
Good night. Arrivederci.
Good night. We'll see you next week. Thanks for the poem.
Yeah, thank you. I apologize for my tardiness, folks. My phone went into strangely enough, this has been happening now that the phone is actually paid for. Yeah. It went into sort of cyber lock, and I had to do a hard power down, which required me to go online on another cell phone that I had to resurrect from the dead so that I could, because this information is apparently rather compartmentalized and difficult to get to. And so yeah, it was an absolute nightmare that my digital umbilical was cut off. And this is just sort of Apple's way of saying, yeah, I know the phone's paid for, but listen, pal, you want to keep talking and using your little shiny little phone, then you need to get a new one, and you need to get one sooner rather than later. Here, let me just give you a little taste of what the future is going to be like. Yeah, you see me, I'm not going to do shit. If you paid $1,300 for the phone, you got to use it for 3 years. You should come over here and kiss my feet that you even got that. Okay, you got the message, pal. So I had to go and do all that, and here we are. I apologize. So it's just one of them there things. Sorry, am I speaking to a painting? Is everyone locked up? What?
No.
Oh no, you're moving. Oh, good. Oh, it scared the
I'm
hell out of
trying-
me
I'm
for a
trying to
second.
find- I was trying to say what was my favorite movie, horror movie, and
What's actually the scariest films either one of you guys have seen? Because for me, it's easy. It's The Exorcist, right? I mean, Exorcist scared the hell out
For
of me.
me, for me, it was Don't Look Now.
oh,
I
You
have
ever see
not
Don't Look
seen.
Now?
Yeah, is it
No.
which is that?
It was directed by Nicholas Roeg, who did not direct a lot of films. He was mostly a cinematographer.
Yes, you're right.
And it
He
was
did The
with
Man Who Fell to
Donald
Earth.
Sutherland, and Julie Christie,
Yes.
and their daughter had died in Venice, or was I don't know if she had a I think she died from an accident, some sort of was drowning, and they keep seeing this red hooded child around the city of Venice. And it was very frightening. I mean, I just remember how much it scared me when I saw it.
Well, I know, like, well, Evil Dead, as we've discussed at length,
Mhm.
is not really a scary movie. There's some scary little elements, but it's sort of a satire. I mean, I think we can say that of horror films,
all
of
right.
you cabin in the
Sure.
wood kind of stuff. You know,
I'm sorry. My one that terrifies me was Who's Afraid of Baby Jane? Whatever
you
happened to Baby
know
Jane?
that movie is a psychological. Yeah, I mean, because that
Oh,
one does.
so psychological is not okay. So actual horror,
No,
like
but I mean, I agree with you,
supernatural.
Andy. I mean, I agree with you, but I mean, it actually it's one of those things that because it goes into the surreal. I mean, it does. I mean, at the end of that movie, when they're on the beach and and we don't know, maybe Joan Crawford's dead, but Betty Davis is clearly taking mushrooms.
She's
Victor Bono
dancing.
was in the movie. Who knows why he was in the movie,
Victor.
but he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
before he became King Tut. And so yeah, it's
So Psycho will be out. Psycho's out. Is so we're basically just supernatural horror is what you're talking about.
well, not just any kind of what movie actually is an actual horror to me. The Exorcist, again, even though I think it has a rather hopeful ending, it does recreate the sort of existential reality of evil, of genuine evil coming into this world. Other people say, one of my favorite authors says it's actually more of a meditation on a young lady having her first period. And I'm not trying to be grotesque in saying that. I'm just simply saying that as an author, that's the way he sees what the movie is about. Um, I disagree with that. I think it's William Peter Blatty, who was a devout Catholic, writing a sort of a love letter to his Jesuit professors, because it is what does Jason Miller say in the movie? He's Lee J. Cobb is describing the crime and wondering if maybe it might have been a deranged Jesuit. He goes, I don't know. Why don't you go ask the Benedictines?
Yeah.
They're right down the street.
Well, I would say for me the first Aliens movie.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
again,
that was scary.
lots of
That was
good
scary.
jump scares, lots of suspense.
Yeah,
You know?
and
Yeah.
the actual the look
I
of the
was-
look of the monster was just way over the top back then. That was the first time we saw something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I
A
was 15 when
relatable.
Jaws came out, and that frightened me.
No,
Yeah, we remember again early when they find the boat that's floating derelict, and there's the corpse that's half mangled that sort of floats through the. Again, it was before the jump scare became just so damn cliche and overused, and and whatnot. And of course, it starts off, and if you were, let me see, you saw Jaws, you had to be about 14, 15. So you had to love the way the movie opened with the little tete-a-tete on the beach, and the little moonlight swim, which it doesn't end well.
Mhm.
You say barracuda, people say what?
Yeah.
You say shark, and you've
That's
got a
right.
full-blown panic.
Got panic.
Yeah,
So,
God.
So my favorite horror film is not that scary. Well, there's two.
Right.
One is Arsenic and Old Lace,
Yeah.
which is more of a comedy. It's that type of thing.
That is,
Yeah.
But the one that I really enjoy is the Wolfman. Okay, I'll watch the Wolfman over and over again.
God, I'd forgotten how those old, being 5 years old, 6 years old, and watching the Sir Graves movies.
Praise God.
Yeah, and watching again some of the classic, and of course, well, I'm sure you guys, I know that I have the Blu-ray edition of this. They saved Hitler's brain, which is of course one of my personal
Oh yeah.
favorites. I mean, which I use more as an instruction manual than a film. Again, or the brain from Planet Arrow. So there's a lot of brain things going on back then.
Yeah,
The brain that wouldn't
crawling
die.
eye, the
the
crawling
brain
eye
that wouldn't die.
Forrest
The
Whitaker.
brain that wouldn't die, starring John Ager, or as he was known as Mr. Shirley Temple.
Mhm.
You know, again, with the is the brain from Planet Arrows the one where they all are like the floating alien brains are rolling around and consuming people, and
No, I'm not sure about that.
then of course we all remember what the one movie where the Kevin whatever is in it, and Donald Sutherland was in the remake with Leonard Nimoy. What was the name?
The Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Yes, I
The
thought
original still holds up. It's terrifying, you know.
yes, it is. But it was originally supposed to be just him in front of the highway saying they're here, and then they tacked on that end, which was to give it just a little more hope, where he's like in the hospital. I think it's Whit Bissell, and talk about a name that could be so usefully cliched as Whit Bissell. I mean, again, Whit Bissell was arrested.
About the trucks.
Was arrested last night in a car with Miss Pepper bullets, and acting in a gauge of misogynation or something. But yeah, I mean, they tacked that little bit on because they felt that the original movie was a little too much. Same thing with Frankenstein when he's screaming, "It's alive, it's alive," and they cut the next, which now I know what it feels like to be God.
Well, that was a church,
Yeah. Which
anyway, that was a great movie. I mean, it's like
oh yeah.
It was an allegory for the communist
invasion, and but you have to admit the 1978 Donald Sutherland remake of it was pretty damn good too.
Oh yeah, it's great. Those are nice. It was one of the better remakes out there,
And certainly Leonard Nimoy, sort of like we get a little bit of range out of he's not just Mr. Spock, and he can play that sort of suave, devilish, almost villain, Bond villain like character.
But my favorite quote from the Wolfman is from Maria Ubinskaya.
Well, of course.
The way you walk is thorny through no fault of your own. But as the rain enters the soil, the river enters the sea. So tears run to a predestined end. Your suffering is over. Now you will find peace for eternity.
How many movies did they make?
The way you walk is thorny. Yeah. Through no fault of your own. She was great. It was great,
That's right up there with Celia Lovsky playing T'Pau in Star Trek Amok Time. Well, yeah, I mean, again,
I don't know if Spock's thing was that high up. He knows T'Pau. Okay.
I knew his family was influential, but
I don't know how much went.
Yeah. So, I also had to renew actually for my young nephew what what I call the blazing saddles of its era, which is of course the film Dodgeball. Jaws. There you go. Oh no.
My favorite part of Dodgeball was Jason Bateman's character as the color commentator.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my
good. Cotton, playing cotton.
That was so funny. Oh my God,
with
so
with
funny.
Gary Cole being the perfect foil, the perfect straight man. Again, well cast. We just who was it? Gosh, what movie was it? You had Fred Willard. It was one of the Christopher
Rip
Guest
Torn
films,
was this dodgeball? Rip Torn played the coach.
which was great. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
All right, dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball. What's wrong with you?
He's calling the one kid queer bait, and then using language that you could not get away with now. Just
No.
and this
True.
movie's only 20 years old, and
Yeah.
again, I just thought it was funnier than hell, and I just
It's a classic.
yeah. I mean, and again, is it a cerebral exploration into the realms of cinema and how it can expand the human experience? No, of course not. but it's an absolutely wonderful way to spend a couple hours and forget how crazy this whole fucking world has become, and move on.
I love the villain in Dodgeball, White Goodman.
Yes.
What a name! What a name!
Wait.
So, Mark, you're the one here with the whole passel of kids. What movie did you decide when they were old enough that you could see something a little more scary? When you realized Disney wasn't going to do the trick? I mean, you've got more than a few boys there in that
I
of yours.
I think I have watched The Godfather with each one of my adult children.
Well, that's that. There you go. You get applause. Okay, all right. Clap it up for Mark. Yes.
Because
Nice.
and others, some were like, hey, that was good, but I've seen enough. Others are going, all right, well, there's a 2, right? Let's watch 2. So
Yeah.
we'll watch 2. And,
Yeah, and then
and
you
I
don't
says,
tell
all
them
right.
about 3.
Well, they said there's another 3. I go, well, yeah, there is, but
I mean,
you know what? You're better instead of watching 3. Why don't you watch the Offer? Why don't you watch the Offer? Watch the Offer miniseries.
Offer.
Goodfellas was good
Yeah.
too.
There you go. Yeah,
There we
good.
go.
Yeah, no, that's always a good.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, there's Andy. There's Andy.
And
Who are you
Andy
standing
and-
with there?
I'm with Yukon Cornelius,
Right,
Oh, that's
and
right.
behind us is the monster.
as well it should
Alright.
be.
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
if you want to have that set, you can go get it at Lowe's.
Well, I'm pretty certain that I'm on the do not sell to list. So it wouldn't matter in my particular case. No,
I watched Casino last week. I just
Oh,
like
cool.
that is such a great movie. I
Casino's
love
good.
Casino, and I want to go to a casino and watch Casino. I want to check in upstairs
at the casino. You want to watch it at the casino?
Watch Casino at the casino.
Yeah,
At the casino.
And I look.
Who I forgot? The thing is, Alan King had a small part, but was really good.
Yeah.
Don Rickles had a part that he probably could have been nominated for. It was large enough to
Should have been
for him to be nominated. I thought he was great in it.
Yep.
I had forgotten about both Sharon Stone and the guy that talks like this all the time. He's a really high pitched voice, a short guy. I'm trying to think of his name. He's in all the.
Pesci?
He's in with a lot of
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Pesci and Sharon Stone's final scenes, they're death scenes basically. Although you don't see Sharon Stone die, you just know it's she was overdosing on drugs. But
yeah, she has a sort of a Janis.
Those
Janis
are
Joplin
those
exit.
are those were tragic, but they were great. I mean, it was a great film.
And,
it was kind of corny the way it looks like they have to explain why he doesn't die in that auto bombing.
Accident,
but that was kind of corny. I think they could have done a little less. I think they could have done a little less pyrotechnics in that to make it believable that somebody could live through it. You know what I mean?
I could be wrong about this, but it's either the last or one of the last Saul Bass title sequences.
Oh.
And the one thing you always loved about I loved about Saul Bass is if you actually watch his title sequences, he tells you the story right there in the opening part of the whole whole sort of thing is there sort of in front of you. And it is a movie where Scorsese just is Scorsese. Just James Wood is James Wood. I mean, just everyone turn it up to 11. and then see if you can push it a little further to the. And Robert De Niro comes across as the quiet, calm, contained one, right? I mean, you know, the former renegade of years gone by. He's the one who's keeping it all in and internalized.
Yeah.
You know, even Billy Sherbert, played by Rickles, which you're right, is again, it's much more of an internalized. He only lets him have a Don Rickles scene once, and that's with the gambler who's trying to cash out, and he does the come back. No, you want to count your winnings, but get him a bottle of really nice champagne right this way, sir. You know, it's the only time he lets him be Don Rickles. The rest of the time, again, he's playing it pretty straight. And doing a good job of it, you know, and just
I think everybody that didn't like The Irishman needs to watch Casino and then The Irishman. You know, another Scorsese film I'm probably going to watch again is Mean Streets. Man,
that's
Scorsese was the first movie maker to use popular films.
Yes.
Like throughout the film, there were people that would put, you know, like Simon and Garfunkel in Nichols, Nichols The Graduate, you know, stuff like that. But Scorsese and Mean Streets, I mean, that was just littered with their songs at the time.
Well, and the thing that he was good at, and the thing that several directors of that era were good at, is sort of really capturing that era. You're not going to see a New York like that anymore. Same thing with French Connection. You can say maybe Friedkin does it
last year. I've seen French Connection this year too.
I mean, that's another one that it's like a time capsule of a New York that no longer. And of course, it helps that parts of it were shot outside when it was so cold. He said, you know, people couldn't feel their fingertips in seconds, but it works. It works. If you get the Panic in Needle Park, there's a scene there, and I say this is a recovering drug addict where Al Pacino's going to go to the big heroin supply, and they're seeing him mix up the heroin. And as a former coke freak and whatnot, I'm watching that and just breaking out in a cold sweat and ready to dial numbers I haven't dialed in years, and you see the look on Pacino's face too, because he's completely entranced. They make this scene in sort of this ballet of the hands and the powder, and again, it's I forgot even who directed that movie, but it's a great film, and it's one of the first films that they could use live sound with, because they had a housing for the cameras that cut the camera sound down to nothing, so now you could record live sound, as opposed to doing the sound and then going back and redubbing it in the studio later on, which you could always tell if it was done. You know, it would be done poorly, and you could tell that, I don't know. And then again, that's where Scorsese again with Taxi Driver, he's able to sort of capitalize on those changes. The scene where he's with the where Travis Bickle is looking to buy guns from the gun dealing slime bag in the hotel room. You know, who's got all the different weaponry, and then that scene just ramps up at the end, because the guy's like, I can get your car. You want a car? You need to get some cocaine. I got this. All the way out the door after De Niro
directed Needle Park.
There you go.
According to MoMA, The Panic in Needle Park, 1971, directed by Jerry Schatzberg.
Jerry Schatzberg.
He could have owned a deli. I have no idea who the dude is, but
well, he did okay. I don't know what other thing he did, but yeah.
Well, and that area is now all gentrified. You see it back then. It's Junkie City, and
it's funny. Susan and I go to New York quite a bit, and our first trip there was in 1984,
right?
And we got to see the pre-Disneyfied Times Square.
Did you carry a gun?
Well, you pretty much felt like you had to, back then. And Times Square was really the southern end of the theater district too, So,
right.
I mean, there's still a lot of legitimate people there, but there was also a lot of, how shall we call it?
Ne'er-do-wells?
Criminals.
Criminals, actual criminals.
Well, dude, in all seriousness, you were not unfamiliar with Detroit. Did you ever have to play the Detroit card? The hey pal, that might work here, but I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, it was. it was just sort of, it was sort of bizarre for me because, when I was a kid, my grandparents would take us back to the old neighborhood.
Right.
And if my grandparents weren't afraid of Detroit, then nobody was going to be afraid. You know what I mean? There was nobody
Right.
in my family going to be afraid.
Yeah.
I remember when we moved, I gave my mom my address one time when we moved, and it was like 1516 Vinewood. She goes, "Oh my God." She goes, I realize you guys like to live in the city, but come on. Because she knew the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, Mom, it's not as bad. It's been taken over by the Hispanics." And she goes, "That's better?" I go, "I don't."
Oh dear. Well, what all the family is set in what, Queens, New York, if memory serves. I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
Was it
we
Queens or
forget.
Brooklyn?
I think it was Queens. I know the exterior scenes were shot in Queens. Like
Where was all of
the
We were doing the same thing, Mark.
well,
Yeah.
I know the closing montage.
The exterior shot is at 8970 Cooper Avenue in Queens,
Okay.
in
All
Glendale.
right.
Queens. There you go.
I got that right.
A historical currency or a sign.
The show's fictional address was 704 Hauser Street, but the real house used for the opening was on Cooper Avenue.
Okay. And Sonny Bono is the one who wrote the closing piano tune that's at the end of that, which I'm sure that Mrs. Bono, who survived the skiing accident, is probably still doing quite well from the royalties off that.
From the royalties,
Wow.
probably.
Yeah.
This is Bono.
But my point being, though, is that these are areas now in New York or these were places where families grew up for a long time, and now I don't know. I mean, is it that way anymore? I wish Sam were here because he could tell us.
Well, we've when we've gone, we've visited. I mean, we've been a lot in the last 5 years, and it's mostly Manhattan. Last time we played in Chelsea, which is just north of the Village, but south of the Times Square. It's like between Times Square and the Village. And we've stayed in Astoria, which is in Queens.
Right.
We've stayed in, I'm trying to think of the other neighborhood, Roosevelt Avenue in East Queens, out by the airport. We've stayed in Brooklyn. We've stayed in the Bowery. We've stayed all over the place. It's usually somewhere different. We don't anymore. We're using points from all the hotel rooms I've collected over the years.
Gee,
and
Motel 6 never gave me that many credits to. Oh well, yeah.
Man, I stayed in a place this weekend. We were up in Grand Rapids, and I stayed in a place called the Staybridge Suites. Oh my gosh, It's an IHG. It's an IHG hotel, which is basically Holiday Inn.
Yes,
most of them are Holiday Inns, but they do have. Like we stayed at their Indigo Hotel downtown Detroit. That's nice.
Right.
But this one in Grand Rapids, I couldn't believe it for like $128. Well, then they have to add all the fees on that. Every hotel, every city now has figured out how to add a visitor tag.
Right.
What are you gonna do? Check out? Anyway.
Yeah. You schmucks don't vote. Pay out. Right.
Exactly. So anyway, but for 128, I'll say add all the fees, like $140. We had a king size bed and then a pull out couch because my daughter was with us. We had a kitchenette with a stove, and there was no oven but a microwave oven, a refrigerator, a freezer, a garbage stall, a dishwasher. We could have lived there. I mean, it was really nice. And separate rooms for changing because we were multi-generational and multi-gendered, and so
yeah.
And the balcony outside, the patio that had fire pits, which was great in 60-degree autumn days. That was awesome.
It has vast tracts of land, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll tell you what, though, Grand Rapids for me looks like a city that thought it was going to be very grand. They thought they were going to be huge because they've got they, all of our freeways in Detroit were built after the city had basically grown out, and so
Yeah.
you're getting rid of neighborhoods to have these highways. So a lot of them
Right.
are cramped together. The Davison, the Fisher, all these
Right.
freeways don't have. You go out to Grand Rapids, it's kind of like, all right, there's the freeway, start building neighborhoods. These things are huge, and there's just so much more freeway than there are people there. I mean,
No,
they got the freeway system that Detroit has without all the population. It just
well,
it's
the
just
thing
kind of
is now they have a population greater than Detroit. Grand Rapids, if I'm not mistaken, is our most populous city at this point in time.
Mm.
But we no
we're gonna
longer
find
have.
that. We're going to fact check
Right
that
now.
one.
We're gonna take okay. Let's all right. One takes Alexa, the other one
Rank
gets Siri.
Michigan's populous cities first through 10. All right. Our most populous city, starting with number 1, is Detroit, Grand Rapids, Warren, Sterling Heights, Ann Arbor, Lansing, Dearborn, Livonia,
All right.
Troy, and Westland.
Well, where's Detroit and Grand Rapids? What are their populations? Because I was told it was Grand Rapids, but I could be wrong. I am.
Hold on.
All right.
Detroit, 620,000.
Right.
Grant, let me get to Grand Rapids here. 620. Wow, 620,000. That seems so small to me. Considering we were.
1.8.
It is.
Grand Rapids, 196,000.
What?
Now these are just the cities. This isn't talking about the metropolitan. Grand Rapids is like Detroit. They got Wyoming. They got Freeman. They got Allendale. They've got all these other Ada, Cascade. Caledonia. They got all these other cities that surround it. East Grand Rapids is a city that's different from Grand Rapids, just like East Detroit is different from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Number
different.
3 is Warren, 136,000.
Huh.
Warren?
Yeah.
Guess which city increased the most this last year?
Ann Arbor?
Ann Arbor.
Detroit's population has rose 2.1%.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's gone from 620 to 633.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, Detroit was made for 1.8 million.
Warren, 136,000. Sterling Heights, 133,000. Ann Arbor, 119,000. Lansing, 111,000. Dearborn, 105. Livonia, 92,000. Troy, 87. Westland, 82. Farmington Hills, 82. And Flint, 79.
I can tell you all those empty houses are still there.
Now, here you go. Wyoming, Michigan. Wyoming, Michigan is the 13th largest city, and it borders Grand Rapids. So, if you're counting metropolitan area, Grand Rapids is still number 2. Rochester Hills, number 14 at 75. Southfield is 15 at 75.
Yeah.
2 is 16 at 73.
For those from Australia watching, these are big towns in Ann Arbor. And
well, Warren doesn't really count because we just use that for storage. I mean, that's really the only reason it's there.
You know what? You're right. I mean, so much of Warren are plants, really.
Yeah.
Industrial plants.
Back in the day.
Well, Detroit, in a lot of ways, Detroit was like that too. It's just back before there were building codes, you'd put houses right next door to a plant.
Well, at least you were there. I mean,
people would talk about their plant view. It's like other people. I mean, that was a big thing in Detroit. People are like, I want to view my plants where I'm working.
And now in Ann Arbor, they're so they've gotten so full of themselves that should your house be completely overrun with demons and hauntings, it's absolutely it's a feature, not a bug. It's like there's a 5th century Sumerian demon who lives in this house, and you're like, really? It can teach the children how to speak ancient Latin backwards. Now put that on
really? Wow. We have children's care in the house. Wow.
Exactly.
I mean,
can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something about Ann Arbor that I like? Please. I like that you can get around on a bus.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't get around in a car.
I like the fact that you can walk the entire city, and it's not that big. But you can. I love the city because you can get the same sort of shows you can get in downtown Detroit, like big names in Ann Arbor, and you can walk to it.
That's right.
You take a bus.
That's right. I mean, the bus system in Detroit is a lot better than it used to be, mostly because of, I think the greatest thing Duggan did was his 30,000 homes a year that they were tore down in his 12 years in office.
Yeah.
His goal was to tear down 30,000 homes. And basically, the people that they couldn't get people to move out of their homes. And I think
Right.
because they were in the old neighborhoods that they remember, once all those buildings that were abandoned were gone,
Right.
everyone said, "Oh, we really don't have a neighborhood here," and they started
No.
moving out themselves. So,
No, but you go up to like 7 Mile, just well, 7 Miles is formerly called what, McNichols, or does it still go by 7 Mile?
6 miles. 7 miles always been 7 Mile. 8 Mile was
Okay.
called Baseline Road.
Right.
6 miles called McNichols. 5 miles
Right.
Benko. 4
Okay.
miles Schoolcraft. 3 mile is Plymouth. I don't know.
Well,
9 mile was always 9.
I dropped off McNichols. This was a couple years back, and it was in one of the neighborhoods, and McNichols itself was pretty rough looking. It's like, wow, this is some hard. But we got 2 blocks in, and all of a sudden I'm in this neighborhood, 2 and 3 story houses, big lawns.
Mhm.
All the street lights were on. The cars were all parked in the driveway. There were no abandoned vehicles. The houses all looked fine, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
right
I know
next
where you're
door
at.
is a
You were-
horrible neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
You were,
I mean,
you were
I
northwest.
find those things
you were,
every day
you
at
were
work there.
northwest.
Yeah.
You were
where?
northwest of McNichols. You were northwest
Yeah.
of McNichols and Woodward.
Yes.
You were near
yes,
Palmer Park.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very nice neighborhood.
It is gorgeous.
That's where the arch. Yeah, it's where they have a home. There's a home, a residence for the Detroit Catholic Archbishop at Woodward and Claremont, where the cathedral is. That is
Right.
the head of the Catholic Church. Yet years ago, for the Archbishop, they bought him a home in that we're talking about out of 7 Mile in Woodward, which
Yeah.
is like a mansion.
Who was the?
What's her name? Two of the places. Aretha Franklin, when she passed away, it was on Bluefield Hills. But she also had 2 homes. One was on Park, Rush Street in Detroit. The other one was in that neighborhood at 7 Mile in Woodward.
Right.
Palmer Woods, I think, is the
Yes.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because
But
we know
anyway, she had some homes out there.
down by the waterfront, they of course have got some of those high rises that are really, really nice.
Yeah.
The one that Coleman Young used to live in after he'd retired from being mayor.
Yeah.
And there's
Well,
another
they got
one.
they got a nice little mansion for the mayor on the river,
Yeah.
Manoogian.
Yeah,
That's a
but
nice
I'm talking.
mansion.
I was talking about after he'd retired, though. He moved into
okay.
a high rise.
I want high
You know,
rises. Yeah.
Yeah, so if the feds were coming, he'd
They're
at
off
least
there.
have
They're
some
off at
warning.
Jefferson there. Yeah.
And so again, Detroit has these sort of little jewels that are
Yeah.
embedded.
This is
I
great
mean,
pockets.
there are still some places that are still a little.
Well, if you go around Madonna College, Marygrove College, right?
Yeah. No,
They-
Wyoming and
there's a lot of
Wyoming
neighborhoods.
and Wyoming and McNichols. Yeah.
right. Well, again, McNichols. There you go. I mean, that's again. I was just so impressed. It's like
That's my
you
mom's
guys-
alma mater, Marygrove.
You should keep this as a secret. You've got this sort of rough exterior that says, "Get out of here. You don't belong here. We're gonna kick your ass just for look." And then you go 2 blocks in, and it's like, God damn, look at this, man.
Well, Indian Village is also a little bit hidden back in there. Indian Village is actually
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
I mean, if you put those houses in Ann Arbor or Bloomfield or whatever, they're going for a lot more. I'm
Put them anywhere. We used to live for $175 a month. We used to live at Vinewood and Shady Lane. How about that, Shady Lane?
I love
right?
the joke.
What's that?
Yeah.
Right by the
Go on.
Ambassador Bridge. And for $175 a month, we would have had to pay like $750. And we're talking about
Easily.
1984, you know?
Yeah.
We're talking about 1984. We're not talking about 2025. We're talking about 1984. So 175 was quite a bit, but still, even then,
Yeah.
it was a lot of apartment for $175.
Well, Patrice O'Neill used to do this thing about living in the ghetto, and I can't do his routine, but he said the one thing about living in the hood, it's cheap. I mean, and he was, again, he had a really nice house that looked all rough on the outside, in a shed where he kept his SUV, with the wheels and everything, but on the outside, whew, kind of. But you used to do that joke, Mark. We lived in a largely black neighborhood, which before we moved in was entirely black.
Yeah.
You know.
The joke, as the joke goes, is we moved into a predominantly black neighborhood.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a black neighborhood until we moved in. We made it predominantly black.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so the put a little.
Well, you know, there was an old Saturday Night Live skit when what's his name was on, the fellow that was killed by his wife.
Phil
Phil
Hartman.
Hartman.
Phil Hartman. But I think it was like the 1987 Chameleon, where you had a vehicle that had a oil drip and remember that? It had it had a different color hood than the rest of the car, and it had a long door handle.
Yeah.
All the kind of car that makes the robbers think, why bother?
Why bother?
But
just move on.
But on the inside, you see all this luxury interior and everything that's hidden by the fogged windows. We have windows that look like they've aged horribly, but that's just disguised to hide all the wonderful things that are inside. Well, that's what living in Detroit was like. I mean, I had friends that lived in, well, it's a nice area now because it's all been refurbished.
Yeah.
But it was called was it Gabriel Richard?
Oh.
Anyway, it was Trumbull and 12th and 14th Street, that area there. And actually Trumbull was 10th Avenue. Warren and Trumbull, that's what I'm thinking of. Warren and Trumbull. And you look at these houses and you go by and you go, who would live here? And then you go inside their house and go, oh my God, it's like the 1987 Chameleon. And I mean, it just looks horrible on the outside, but you get inside and it's well appointed. Everybody's comfortable. It's it didn't cost that much to heat. I mean, it was very well insulated. They were built back in the 1890s, which meant they had the best building. Those were going to last 100 years anyway. So
yeah. But do we remember the Armor Guard commercials that used to run on late night Channel 2, like during the Sammy Davis Jr. talk show, Summer Replacement, and they used to have the guys like in the not the ones in the dancing trash bags. That was for a muffler shop. But they used to have the thug saying, "Believe me, you need protection, and it better be good. You need Armor Guard." That's right, Armor Guard. And then you see him clearing out the place, and then he grabs it up. Hey man, I get the dog. You know, that was their tagline. You know, he's walking away with their hound. You know, I mean, back in the good old days when commercials cost about $18 to produce, and you could buy a series of broadcast slots for, I don't know, what you got 100? Yeah, give me 100. Here you go. How many you want? You want 50? All right, yeah. Give me 120, and we'll put it up there 2 nights a week. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
I got you.
Back in the day. Oh man, that again, the Sammy Davis Jr. show was the one time. It was the first time I saw Richard Pryor, and he proceeds to just come out there just blown away and say things that I can't get away with saying, including calling Sammy Davis Jr. a faggot to his face. Because he asked him, "Do you wear? I heard you wear pantyhose." Yeah, that's true. I because of the change. He goes, "Really?" He goes, "What about you?" He goes, "No, I'm not a faggot." And I'm like, but you know, it was a taped show. It wasn't live. They put it out there, you know. And Sammy, you know, I don't know if after the show he got mad, but he fell out of his chair. You know, but I mean, I don't know, man. Again, a very different time. I mean, nowadays that would be outraged and this, that, and the other thing. And wow. I'm so glad I made it to the show tonight, guys. Oh my God, I was.
Me too.
You know, going to the pits of despair.
Thanks, Mark.
to smash the phone and what's he doing up there? Oh, there you go. And of course, I got to hear Christopher Walken perform as Hal 9000.
There you go.
Christopher Walken as Hal 9000. Oh man,
that would be good. That's a good one.
Yeah. You'll have to do that one on stage sometime, and that because
I'll come up with something.
We can all relate to. Is there an unclub this weekend? Next week. Next week. Okay.
Might be. No, wait a minute. What's today's date?
The fourth week.
Well,
we get 1 and 3.
Okay.
2 and 4.
Well, we didn't do one. We didn't do one last night. Wasn't last week the 4th week?
I'll look it up on Facebook and for the rest. All right.
Well, it's the first week in November, so next week will be the first. Yeah.
All right.
So next week will be.
So, I'm looking at my calendar right now, and I'm telling you that the second Sunday is November 2nd, so there will be an unclub on Sunday.
All right. Well,
so there you go.
I won't make any.
And our time is up. Our time is up here, gentlemen. It was great seeing you all here, but it is time to go. We're here every Monday night at 8:00 Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast, join us at 5:00. If you're in any of the time zones in between or overseas, figure it out. We're on New York time, so just figure out what you got to do to be here.
Facility through no fault of your own.
You guys know how to get. You guys know how to get in touch with me if you want to be on the show. You want to be a member of the crew here. Give me a call. Let me know. See everybody next week. Bye.
All right. See you.
Thailand, love you. Australia, thanks for watching. Thanks for Australia. Hey, Cambodia.